start recording, and then I'm gonna switch to this. So, hello everyone. So what this event is basically for our officer elections. To learn much more about what the officer roles entail, how to apply, what to expect after you apply, and you know, ask any other questions that you have afterwards to figure out what you need to get done to become an officer within CougarCS. So we're going to begin with our table or timeline. So we're going to talk about the application process of becoming a CougarCS officer, the executive roles that are open, the activities roles that are open, marketing roles, our infosec role, our web dev role, the election process. So this is after you've sent the application in, after you've done your interview, and then how that election process goes, and then any questions that you may have after. Um, so yeah, let's go over the application process. So step one is, you're going to submit your application. Um, we're going to post a link for our Google form where you put all the information that we are requesting from you. This is simply just for us to be aware of, your year, any previous officer positions that you may have, including your resume. Um, After that, we'll have an interview process. So over a 2 week period, you'll be able to schedule an interview, a time set aside for you, and we'll have 2 to 3 officers within the interview. Um, there is no technical. It's just purely behavioral on why you want the role and how you think you could achieve that role for next semester. Decision day. So after we interview all of our candidates, we're going to be going. All of the team is going to be going over all of the notes that we've been taking during the interview process. We're going to read it, and for those internal roles, we'll be voting through the officers for our next semester. And then for our executive roles, as you can see at the bottom, you'll undergo a special election process, which is basically the members will vote you in. So that's the process for that. I believe we'll be talking about that later on within this presentation. And then step 4, spring 24, that should be spring 25, typo in there. We will reveal our officer lineup at our final event, which is our banquet for the semester, and then, congratulate the entire new team for the process and welcome them. So first up is executive roles for spring 25. Like I said before, you must undergo an election process. This just means we will send out an election link towards all of our members. Everything is unique. You cannot copy and paste this link and send it to your friends. It is unique to that specific person. And you are able to vote through the candidates that applied for these executive roles. All of our executive positions are selected by members, excluding VP of Finance. This was changed duly because you are messing with the organization's finances and our banking system and all that, and we needed people who are very trustworthy, and it's a security measure that we must take within CougarCS. So that is voted internally through the officers. So first role is Vice President of Marketing. I'm going to hand it off to Adrian right here to speak more about it.
Hello, everyone. I'm Adrian, the current VP Marketing of CougarCS. So basically, what this role entails is that you're gonna be leading the marketing of the club. Basically, you're gonna be leading all the designers, all the historians, as well as maintaining the brand. You're gonna be in charge of making sure that everything's going well, that everything is cohesive, and that you have a good standing with the people. So you're gonna be going to events such as Cats Back and stuff like that, just to bring more people and talk about the organization and all the events that we have. You also do the announcements, weekly announcements. Maybe if you want to incorporate some sort of dynamics with the members, you can also do that. You're in charge of creating merchandise, and you work with everyone. Basically, this role, it's fun, but it is also a little bit of work since you need to work with all the branches, all the officers, because you're gonna be on top of everything, on top of events, on top of basically everything that we do. So you can create any necessary material for any branch or any officer or any event that we have. Um, so yeah, it's kind of time consuming, but it's also really fun. I guess I think it's one of the, if not the most fun role at CougarCS.
Thank you. Yeah. So next up, we're gonna be switching to finances. I don't believe Felipe is in call. If Felipe, if you're here, um, let me check if he's here. No, he is not. Okay, so finances is, like I said, voted in internally, but you are able to run for it, obviously. So what this entails is you are to create and present the entire budget for the semester. So you'll be creating the budget on how we should be spending our money within the organization for that semester, and this is broken down through our branches, our general usage of the money, our merchandise, our marketing tactics, anything of the sort that deals with money. That is your role to budget it out and try to really utilize um, the money for that semester. Um, you are also taking care of the club's finances each semester that you are partaking within it. You're making sure that we have the resources that we need to pay for these events or materials that we may need. So you're making sure that whatever resources that we have available, we're utilizing it to its fullest potential. Um, Next up, we're going to develop a financial plan for both the present and future of the club. So, as VP of Finance, you are not just focusing on this semester alone. You are making sure that future uh, officer teams that may come in the future semesters are doing well and have an established uh, budget to work with as well. So, in my situation, we are making sure that the spring 25 is going to have a very good budget for their semester to be able to use. And so, spring 25 would take care of fall 25 as well. And then number four is to keep and maintain the ACM financial status. This is done yearly. Spring 25 will have to utilize this because it is done in early to mid year. So this means that since we are an ACM chapter, uh, we have to provide financial status towards ACM. What that means is what is our current finances, how are we utilizing it towards some of these events, who is our current officer or executive roles, and we give all that information to them um, so we can maintain our ACM status as an organization. So next up, we have Code Red. And I know Hatarth is here with us, so I'll let Hatarth come and speak about Code Red. Hatarth. I believe your mic is muted. Or, okay, let me see. Let me double check with Hatarth on Discord. I know he's here with us. Um, but let me see. Oh, what is. Am I presenting? Okay. Let me recapture my screen. Okay. Um, so if we can go to Hatarth and talk about Code Red, I believe he should be able to talk about Code Red. Okay. If not, then I will continue with this. So with Code Red, Director of Code Red, you're in charge of our hackathon that we host yearly. As you may know, it has been postponed to fall 25. What this role entails is you have an entire team that is set up for yourself. You find the team that you are looking for within Code Red and really find and utilize that team to create, our hackathon. So that what that will do is you go through an interview process within the Code Red team specifically, and you will either be placed on logistics, internal affairs, marketing, corporate relations, and utilize all of that, all of those teams to create Code Red. Um, it is a very much more free range within the role. You are more focused towards your set team, which is the Code Red team, rather than CougarCS, since it is a subset of CougarCS. But it is a very rewarding thing because you are a director of this giant event that is taking place next year. So it allows you to really build up that resume as a leader, uh, as well as talk to a lot of companies and make connections with a lot of these companies that you'll need to, for sponsorships for Code Red. So I'll be going on to our activities roles for spring 24. Um, so next up, we have our events chairs. So if we can have Chester, who's with us, speak more about events.
Hello, everyone. My name is Mr. Jester, and I'm one of two events chairs for this semester. The event chair position is a pretty busy position, as you'll be responsible for the majority of social and professional activities going on during your term. Um, some of the roles of being an events chair is that you'll be constantly talking to finance to make sure that your event is within budget. You'll be communicating with the operations team just in case this event requires getting these certain amount of items. You will also be talking to administration to make sure that your event is scheduled properly and you will have a room for your event. You'll be talking to marketing to make sure that all your marketing resources are prepared for the event. And you'll be talking to the historians to make sure that your event will be recorded. Other things included is you'll be creating documents for the event, and you'll be managing the event calendar, and you're basically organizing all the logistics for the majority of events, and helping create content of the slides and whatever else is needed for each event. So that'll be it.
Yeah, thank you. So next up, we'll switch to our description for corporate relations. I have Sterling here, who is one of corporate relations.
Yeah. Hello, everyone. I am Sterling. The other corporate relations officer is Zara right now. She is TAing for UMA. But both of our tasks for corporate relations is actually really fun. It's actually one of the most rewarding roles, in my opinion. We get to reach out to actual companies, specifically recruiters. We do a lot of talking with other people trying to actually bring out these corporations to the University of Houston to get an event for our members to meet with these corporations, right? So a great thing about organizations like at the University of Houston, like CougarCS and CS Girls and all that stuff, is you have opportunity to network with corporations, and we are the ones who bring that out to y'all. It's really good. It's really fun. You do that mainly through, you'll do a lot of emailing. So you'll message them through that. You'll set up a lot of calls. So you'll do Teams, Zoom. You can meet them in person as well if you want to go to like the Ion to do like a little event. And then the second task would be for events or for is to actually host the event typically for corporate relations. So you'll get the actual company, you'll talk to the recruiters, and then you'll bring them out to Houston. You'll have to schedule with a lot of the other team members at CougarCS. You have to make sure you get the day planned out, make sure you get the finances in order. And then you help host it, right? So you're the point of contact that the recruiter knows. You're the friendly face that they remember. So you want to make sure you're there, you put on a smile, and you want to make their day. Because at the end of the day, we're an organization that we plan to last for a long time, and in order to have a foot in the University is having actual corporations come out is very important, and you want to sustain that relationship. So if they come out to University if you do the first part, you want to make sure you keep them by being really friendly, really nice, and it's a great role to build social skills. It's a great role to make connections, to do networking. It's really fulfilling. Um, and you also get to be the person who helps out financially with the actual club as well, which feels good as well. So it's a fantastic role. I suggest applying, but make sure you are confident in your speech and make sure you are confident and presenting in front of people as well, because it's going to be doing a lot of that. But if you can do that, it's a great role to try out.
Thank you. So next up, I believe we're going to be talking about our operations, director of operations. So I know Tommy is here with us. So if you could speak a little bit about that.
All right. So as director of operations, this role is mainly just keeping up the logistics of every meeting and event that we hold. So one of the major things you're doing is like ordering pizzas. So you're gonna be ordering pizza. You're gonna go to Costco often. You get like your own Costco card, and yeah, so you go there. Make sure that all the supplies are upkept, like all the snacks, all the waters are good. Order pizzas, bring them over as well, in time for all the events. And at the events too, you're gonna be like the one that's gonna serve you pizzas, and the one that's like has to make sure you have enough pizzas as well. And yeah, you have to manage the storage room as well. Make sure all the items are good. And our storage room is, as you can see in Cyrus's cam, you can see that's very refurbished right now by John and Sneha. So also make sure to try to keep it clean and good looking. Um, what else? Also, you're not gonna be doing this job alone. You're gonna be managing your own team as well. It's like 3 to 4 people, but you can also do like two if you can't find anyone. Or like 4 people including you. But yeah, so you're just gonna be contacting them and see like if they can help you out with anything, because this job is like a lot of labor. So you want people to have to be able to help you with all the stuff because it's a lot.
Yeah,
And yeah, that's about it.
yeah. I think one thing that we'll put on this, we'll fix the slides a little, and then we'll once we release them is you do need a car for this and a valid driver's license. Since you are driving, two places to pick up items. Um, yes, we do reimburse you for gas. We're not telling you to use your gas, and we won't pay you for that. So we reimburse you for gas, and you do just need a valid driver's license.
Oh,
Um,
yeah. Another thing is sorry. You're gonna be contacting a lot with the finance people and yeah, director of finance and uh events chairs, because they're gonna be ones that telling you what supplies you can do and what money you have to allocate to buying these supplies.
yep.
And that's how you get your money back. You just get Venmo, so everything's free.
Yeah. So next up, we'll move to our marketing roles for spring 24. Our first one being designer. I believe Matraza is with us today, so if he can talk a little bit about designer.
Hi, I'm Murtaza. I'm the designer for this club. It's a very it's a very fun role. You have to do a lot of work. Like you'll have to be contacting marketing, so that's Adrian, and he'll also like make these meetings and tell you what to do. You always have like plenty of time to do the designs, so it's not everything's gonna be like up to like you're not gonna be up to your neck in terms of work. So they give you a lot of time. Most of the posters and like you're making most of the posters, most of the Instagram social posts. Um, if you're better at designing, you can also create like t-shirts. But me, I usually kind of just do the flyers. But what else is there? I mean, yeah, you also have to use like you can use like mostly you're going to be using Figma for most of the time, and they also provide you like a professional version of Figma. So that's also very useful. But you're also allowed to use other software programs such as like Photoshop, GIMP. But Figma has been so nice, so I've been using that a lot lately. And yeah, if you're really creative, you should definitely do this. It's a lot of fun.
Cool. Was there anything you wanted to add there?
So yeah, like Mortaza said, we mainly use Figma, but we don't really force you to use it all the time. You can use Figma with Photoshop, Illustrator, whatever you want. It is necessary for you to have some experience with graphic design, just because we're expecting uh, things to be delivered in about a week. So even if you don't have a lot of experience, even a little bit of experience, it's fine. For the spring semester tends to be really slow, so you can learn a lot. So even if you only use, I don't know, Canva in the past, we can teach you how to use Figma. We have a couple of resources. I've done a couple of workshops as well. You won't be alone. the VP marketing is gonna be always helping the designers in any way they can. Yeah.
Yeah, one other thing that I want to add for designers is this past semester or this current semester we brought on a mentee who is currently Alexa. So we're going to be bringing this back within next semester as well. So if you are not too familiar with Figma or Illustrator or Photoshop, a mentee will really a mentee is there to learn what these programs are and really build your way up into a designer for CougarCS. So what that means is you'll be more likely working on patterns and much smaller things, or working with another designer to create a flyer so you can learn with them as well. Um, but this mentee position is really meant for learning opportunity and to transition yourself into a designer for CougarCS. That one is much more beginner friendly, and we don't expect a lot from you at all within a mentee. But as a designer, if you're really interested in designing and you believe you have the skill sets that Adrian and Murtaza said, go for it. We 100% will like to see it. This will also, once you apply, it will ask for a portfolio. So if you have any artwork, whether it's hand drawn, digital, it is good to show it so we can see what kind of art style that you possess as a designer as well. So yeah. So next up we have historian, and I believe we have Daryl here who can talk about historian.
Hello, everybody. I'm currently the historian for CougarCS, and what you're supposed to do in this role is that you communicate. First off, you communicate with the marketing team, especially VP marketing. Every week, you will have a meeting with the VP marketing person and the designer team to see if you are available to attend events, to take pictures, or to record them. And once you take those pictures, you're supposed to upload those pictures into our Google Drive. And as for recording events, you're supposed to record them through uh, our camera, our DSLR camera, and upload it to the drive. But that's like usually that's for like tutoring events, for like data structures or like algorithms. And then you also have to communicate with um, the events chair to see if you could attend an event, and uh, and usually these events are after classes, so like around the times of like uh, 4 o'clock to like 7 o'clock, and you're you're just expected to attend to you're expected to attend every event and record them or take pictures of them, but mainly just take pictures for those events. And also, since you have to upload those pictures or videos into the drive, you will have to manage them in the Google Drive. Try to be try to be organized with the pictures or videos, and you are also expected to edit videos for our tutoring events. So let's say our video is like 2 hours long. We like usually what I do as historian, like you have to edit those tutoring videos and like stitch them together, since uh our camera only like records like 30 minutes at a time, the 30-minute interval. So usually I would have to stitch those footage together and upload them onto YouTube, and yeah, that's pretty much it as historian.
Yeah. Um, so I'm gonna add on to this as well is if you have experience with a DSLR camera, I believe that's what it's called. Um, those are very good skill sets to have, especially since you're aware of how to change the settings within the camera and utilize the camera. Um, so if you know DSLR cameras, that's really good. Yeah, that's all I wanted to add on that. Next up, we have our branch directors. So first up is we have InfoSec, who I believe we have Cyrus here to talk about.
Hello, for InfoSec, essentially what you do is you have a lot of freedom, which I like. Essentially, we put in a lot of work towards marketing, who basically handles a lot of our stuff for us. Basically, marketing the event, creating the flyers, creating taking pictures and just advertising it. So what you as infosec can just decide to do is just host workshops, host other people to come in and do talks for you, and do fun stuff like CTF nights. You can go with an officer team or go by yourself, and you have our own server. And essentially, all you do is just report back to the main branch and say, "Hey, this is what we're doing. This is what we're doing." All that. It's a really free and fun role. I really suggest it.
Yeah. Um, like Sarah says, it's a really free role. It is a branch of CougarCS. We'll do our weekly branch meetings when I don't forget them. But we usually host
All of us know.
a weekly branch meeting, just so that the main CougarCS people know what's going on. Um, within InfoSec, you are utilizing what you think you can bring within that general, uh, you know, subject of InfoSec,
Yep.
in creating workshops, like Sarah said. So next
Yeah,
up, we have. Oh, you're gonna continue?
you can think of it as sort of like an org within an org, except you don't have to worry about other things that an org has to worry about because your main org will worry about that for you. So things like marketing, I just send the event title and create the slides for, but they're the ones who create the designs for it, create the posters, flyers, and all that. So it's really fun. I enjoy it.
Okay, appreciate it. So next up, I believe we're going to be moving on to web dev. So I believe we have Brody here who will talk a little bit more about web dev and what webmaster entails.
Hello, everyone. I'm Brody Penn. I'm the webmaster for CougarCS. So what being webmaster entails is that we have multiple web apps that are necessary for CougarCS. This includes the website, includes the Discord bot, and this means maintaining those and revamping those when necessary. And something that we added this semester was coffee talks, and I hope we keep hosting those and try to enlighten new members to web development.
Yeah. So like you said, I mean, it's pretty straightforward. You're just maintaining our, infrastructure within CougarCS. Um, this is more seeked out to people who are very advanced within web development technologies, because you are leading a team of your own as well, who are working on these applications part of CougarCS. So if you're interested in web development, this would be for you. Next up is our election process. So like I stated before, um, for executives, you have a special way of, presenting yourself and the whole entire election process. So first is you'll create a presentation, um, towards all members, or this specific event where you'll showcase yourself on why you believe you are the correct person for this role. So let's say you were to apply for VP of marketing, you would create a PowerPoint presentation and explain to why you think you are the best fit for that. And we'll record it and post it alongside our announcements to say elections have been sent out and here are the videos that were presented. After that, or like I said, you present, and then 3 is decision day. After all the members have casted their votes, everything is anonymous. We do not see who voted for who. We purely just see on who won and by the percentage. We will, pick the winning officers because it is voted by the public, by our members, and we'll announce it at our last event with the rest of the officers who will be joining you alongside. So that is the process for our executive officer roles. Like I said, our non-executive roles are voted internally through the current officer team, which is anonymous and similar process. So last up is our Q&A. So if we have any questions and answers, so I'm gonna stop. Actually, I'll switch to our Discord. Does anyone have questions? You can either write it in chat, or I believe there's a way to. Can I? How do I? Oh, yeah, sure. Ooh, did I tag everyone? Oopsies. Okay. So if you have any questions, either write them in chat, or I believe you can raise your hand. So yeah. Yes. So the question is, can we apply for both mentee and design positions? Yes, you can apply to both. Within the application process, which will be sent out tomorrow, you will, I believe, rank on how you want to be considered. So if you want to be mentee over designer, you'll be able to position it on how you would like to do that. So yeah, you can apply to both for sure. One thing that I did want to add is after tomorrow, applications will be up for about a week, and then after the week is when we start the uh, interview process for everyone who has applied. And then after that, it is voting, voting season, which is we'll do the internal first, and then our executives last. We have lined it up so that the executives will be voted in much near towards our final event, which is the banquet, and it keeps the suspense a little bit more on who is going to be the next executive officers. But yeah, I think that was the one thing that I wanted to add as well. But yeah, does anyone else have any questions? We'll also, this is being recorded, so we'll also send this out tomorrow as well, alongside the link. Yeah, so. Okay, I'm gonna wait like 2 more minutes. If no one has any other questions, I'm gonna end the call, or in the stage talk. Yeah. But yeah, I'm gonna just wait about 2 more minutes. What's something I can talk about real quick? One of the big things within CougarCS, at least, is you're really able to create connections with companies. Since you are an officer within an organization, we do have a lot of alumni who are UH. What's the word I'm looking for? People who are university recruiters who are UH alumni, and specifically within the CS Career Fair. A lot of them know what CougarCS is or have been part of CougarCS. So being an officer within CougarCS really allows you to make new connections with companies, because we have companies come out and you're talking to these representatives, or being associated with CougarCS as an officer also helps you as a leader, and they really like seeing that within leadership positions. So it really does help out. For instance, Google. We've had David Stein, who was a founder of CougarCS, and we didn't know that. And then we found out. We kind of bridge this gap of unknown of what CougarCS was, since it was established in 2004. And we met David Stein, who is a Googler now, and it was a really cool thing, and make that connection with them. So that's just one of the instances. There's many more. But yeah, so it's really cool to be part of. But yeah, if no one has any questions, you always feel free to ask anyone. Tag any necessary officers that you think is the right person, or you can always tag me, and I'll either tag someone that can respond much more appropriately, or I'll respond myself. But yeah, so thank you guys for coming, showing up, and yeah, see ya.